What's up, YouTube? This will be the first playthrough we upload to the channel, hopping on some Elden Rings, doing some magic, doing some fighting, doing everything in the book. We will be choosing the Confessor class for this first playthrough, and yeah, Shadow of the Earth. Alright, ignoring all the character creation, let's jump right into this. Gotta name her first, and then yeah, let's go.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion. The loathsome dung-eater. And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Talk about an extensive story. Definitely gonna have to learn that one as this slowly goes on. Alright, as we spawned into a room, eerie, broken. Immediately grabbed my item. Stepping out the doors. Alright, we step out those doors into an area called the Chapel of Anticipation. down some steps, and we reach into a bridge. Across that bridge, we reach an area with this statue. Up, not the greatest, but you can see how far.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all. One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
After finding out I was supposed to die, we come back to life in a cave with a golden tree that doesn't look like it has anything, so I just don't look at that. I almost died, like, not even 2 minutes into this. And let's continue to the site of grace. Alright, after claiming the site of grace, we continue through the cave and end up through a tutorial area. End up dealing with him, spinning around this guy to stab him in the back, and then keep going. Alright, we step around the corner and we end up in a boss area, step through the mist, end up fighting this soldier, dodging it. This is how it goes. In the area we first spawned in, and drop down, go through the door. Through the door, we end up going up some stairs and finding another site of grace. And once we claim that, we continue even further and end up going up an elevator. One pretty long elevator. Step out that door and it leads us to the first open world spot. We're in Limgrave. Walk up, we see a site of grace and somebody we gotta talk to. Let's listen to what he's got to hear.
Oh, yes. Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring. Of course. Unfortunately for you, however, without guidance, without the... You are fated, it seems. Luckily for you, honey. Are you familiar with grace? You may also behold that. It will lead you to... Even if it leads... Grace's guide to castles, the home of the... It's time you to castle.
After hearing everything he had to say, we jump down the mountain and avoid the tree sentinel. Head on over to this church. inside the church, there's a side of grace. We claim the side of grace and then talk to the merchant. We end up buying a crafting kit and a torch, because that stuff's definitely going to be needed. After buying those items from the merchant, we run around the corner, end up fighting a bunch of soldiers on our way through ruins. And in those ruins, we run around just getting down into this tunnel. But once we get in the tunnel, we get a bunch of running around. And eventually making it to another side of grace, where we end up talking to the person who found us at the start.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the two fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distance. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with
After
respect.
talking to her and getting the ability to level up, I hop on Torrent immediately and hop in the complete opposite direction that we came to this side of Grace and find another side of Grace on the opposite side. And after that, we just get past and continue down the path.
What'd you go and do that for? Oh, yes, I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave, told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really. Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me. Or, well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Well, then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right, but I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them, so I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore. Right.
After saving Bach from the bush, we find out he needs help in a cave, and we turn around immediately again and find the map that we missed and start following the line of rocks all the way up to a gate. Once we go to the gate, there is a site of grace directly in front, and we continue into our first dungeon. Avoid fire. Up the ladder. Drop down, pop the lever, and level up. Boss. This cat thing. After that, taking me 2 attempts, we won. Immediately leaving the cave, hopping on Torrent, continuing around the side of the mountain, avoid the giant, and jump straight down this mountain, as we were looking for the cave Bach wanted us to go to. Get that side of grace, level up, and then speak to Bach.
What are you doing? doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me.
When we were done speaking to him, we fight things that were beating him up, and then drop right into the boss. Fight the bosses that stayed first when I died. After defeating those two, we continue through the cave instead of exiting, and we reach another side of grace, find the dragon communion. Well, that's gonna be the end of this first episode. If y'all enjoyed, if y'all could do me a favor and like, follow, and share. Anything's really appreciated. Shoot, if you could subscribe and tune in for the next episode that will be uploaded in the next few days. Deuces.